Loosening up? Melania Trump wears a smart gray pinstripe suit with a quirky undone tie around her neck as she and Donald welcome Justin Trudeau and his wife Sophie to the White House. Melania Trump left her tie undone as she sported a classic pinstripe suit to welcome Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his wife Sophie Gregoire Trudeau to the White House on Wednesday. The 47-year-old First Lady joined her husband, President Donald Trump, as they warmly greeted the Trudeaus ahead of the two leaders' discussions about the North American Free Trade Agreement, which Trump believes is deeply unfair to the United States. Melania, who has been opting to wear more suits as of late, took a cue from the film Annie Hall and accessorized her sharp pantsuit with a black tie, but she put her own spin on the look by leaving it loose around her neck. Underneath her matching gray suit, Melania donned a crisp white button-down shirt, and her menswear-inspired pants almost completely covered her shoes. Although she was sporting a more androgynous look, she opted to style her golden brown hair in loose waves around her shoulders. As she tried out a new look, her husband stuck to his standard navy suit and red tie, which he had tied tightly around his neck. Meanwhile, Sophie, 42, chose a more ladylike look for the meeting, wearing a navy and white A-line dress with a bow tied around her neck. Like Melania, she wore her highlighted hair in loose waves, but she chose to pull hers half up, off of her face. Sophie carried an equally feminine navy and pink box handbag and topped off her look with toe-cap heels. Trudeau looked dapper in a bluish-gray suit, a pale blue button-down shirt, and a gray tie, sporting somewhat of a monochromatic look. Wednesday's meeting marked Trudeau's second time at the White House since Trump took office in January, while Melania just returned from Trudeau's Canada last week. The First Lady led the United States delegation to the Invictus Games, which were held in Toronto this year. Melania was on hand this afternoon to greet the Prime Minister and his wife, and she was seen giving Sophie a two-cheek kiss through the window of the Oval Office as their meeting began. In a media avail moments later, President Trump said it's possible that talks between the US and Canada will not result in a new trade deal. "I think Justin understands this. If we can't make a deal, it will be terminated, and it will be fine," he said. Trump mused that they have a chance to do something very creative with trade in the process. "It's time after all of these years, and we'll see what happens," he said of NAFTA negotiations. "But I've been opposed to NAFTA for a long time," Trump added. The Trudeaus made an appearance last night at Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit Gala in Washington, D.C., where they were seated at dinner next to the president's eldest daughter, Ivanka, who's also a senior advisor to her father. Trudeau sat between Sophie and Ivanka as they enjoyed their dinner together on Tuesday evening as part of the three-day Fortune Summit, and Ivanka was all smiles while sitting next to him. The Prime Minister was the keynote speaker for the gala, and that evening he explained why he's hoping to get President Trump to include progressive ideas like protections for women, the environment, and labor in a new NAFTA agreement.